Hello and welcome. Welcome to this session, this revision session on ratio and proportion. If you're a CMAT aspirant, please hang on for and stay with me for another 1 hour, and we'll have some wonderful questions solved, questions similar to the questions which have appeared in the CMAT exam before. So just stay with me, and we are about to start. So if I am audible to all of you, can you just type in something so that I know, you are able to hear me? Am I audible to you guys? Okay, good evening. Good evening. Others, please, quickly. I can see a few people. So if you can hear me, please let me know that I'm audible, and we can start our questions. See, the objective of this class is not to cover anything basic. The objective of this class is pretty clear. We will be covering questions which are similar to questions which have appeared in the CMAT exam before. And the objective is not to revise basic concepts. I repeat, we are only going to solve questions which are similar to questions which have appeared in the CMAT exam before. I'll just allow some other people to join. So if those of you who are here, if you are ready, just type we are ready, and I'll give you the first question to solve. The topic that we are supposed to solve today is ratio and proportion. In the meantime, you can ask questions related to the CMAT exam. If you have any queries, if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, please feel free. Okay. So if you're preparing for CAT 2021, you can join our Telegram channel. The link is there in the description box. You can subscribe to our channels, MendYourGK, MendYourMath. We'll do some wonderful things in the coming months on these channels. And if you're, if you want to know more about our courses, you can call up this number, you can WhatsApp message this number, or visit our website, pathfinderformecom. Do check out our courses if you're interested in preparing for any of these exams. In the meantime, let us get started with our first question. And as we have been doing for the last 3-4 days, what we need to do is I'll give you one question, and then I'll give you some 2 or 2.5 minutes to solve this question. And at the end of 2.5 minutes, I will solve this question. Yeah, your time starts now to solve this question. Okay, anyone who's got the answer? Okay, so let me help you solve this question. So it says A and B are in the ratio of 4 is to 5 respectively. Income of A increases by 25%, income of B increases by 20%, and you asked the new ratio of their incomes. So the best way to solve this is you assume the incomes to be 40 rupees and 50 rupees, right? These are initial incomes, they are in the ratio of 4 is to 5. So you can take practically any multiple of 4 is to 5. Now you increase A's income by 25%. If I increase 40 rupees by 25%, I'm going to get 50 rupees. Correct? 40 plus 25% of 40 is 50 rupees. If I increase B's income by 20%, so 50 is increased by 20%. So 50 plus 20% of 50 will give me 60 rupees, right? So what is the new ratio now? The new ratio is 50 as to 60, which is nothing but 5 as to 6. So the correct answer here should be 5 is to 6. Let me give you another question. Again, this is the next question on ratio proportion, and your time starts in a moment from now. You will have around 2.5 minutes for this question. Your time starts now, please. If you've just joined, please note that You can just try to solve the question that is there in front of you on your screens. The timer is ticking, and at the end of 2 minutes, I will be solving this particular question for you. If you're unable to solve, that is. Guys, if you get to the answer before the time, you can just type the answer out there in the chat box and let me know. Okay, so let me solve this question for you. The incomes of P and Q are 3 as to 4 and their expenditures are 2 as to 3. If both of them save rupees 6,000, the income of P is. So obviously you are given two different ratios and hence you'll pick two different multiples of these ratios. So if you've taken the incomes of P and Q as 3x and 4x, these are incomes. The expenditures of P and Q should be taken as a different multiple and not x as a multiple to y and 3y. And the savings of both of them are 6,000 each. So we get two equations. For P also, income minus expenditure, that is 3x minus 2y is equal to 6,000 and 4x minus 3y is equal to 6,000. You can actually solve such questions orally on your own. How? You multiply this by 3, you multiply this by 2, and the y cancels out. Correct? Then on the left hand side, you have 9x minus 8x, that is x remains. On the right hand side, you have 6 into 3, 18,000 minus 12,000, that is 6,000. So the value of x is 6,000. Now what is P's income? Income of P is 3x. So that makes it 3 into 6,000, that is 18,000 rupees. That is the income of C. All right, let's move to the next question. And once again, I'll give you 2 minutes to solve the question. Try solving the question. And at the end of 2 minutes, if you're not able to solve it, I'll help you solve it. Your time starts now. Okay, so some of you I can see have got the answer. So I'll just wait for a 10, 15 seconds more and then start. So a sum of money is to be divided among A, B, and C such that A's share is equal to twice B share and B share is 4 times C's share. Correct? Now, you need the ratio of A, B, and C. So A's share is 2 times B share. So A share can be written as twice of B. 2 times B. And B share, B can be written as 4 times C. So which basically implies that if A is equal to 2 times B, A must be equal to 8 times C. How do I get that? In place of B here, just put 4C. So now you have a relation between A, B, and C. Now this ratio can be obtained real fast. How? See how. A as to B as to C. I'm sorry, my equipment today is behaving slightly funny. So if you want the ratio of A, just ignore A and multiply the coefficients of B and C. 2 into 8, 16. If you want the ratio for B, just ignore the coefficient of B and multiply coefficients of A and C, which is 8. And if you want the ratio for C, just ignore C, the coefficient of C, 8, and multiply the coefficients of A and B, that is 2. So what we get is 16 as to 8 as to 2, which can be reduced to 8 as to 2 as to 1. Sorry, 8 as to 4 as to 1, which is your answer, C. So anybody who's got C is correct. Let's go to the next question. Let's see how many of you are able to approach this one. Once again, I'll give you 2.5 minutes to solve this question. So if you've just joined in, if you've just tuned in, this is a question which I've given to solve. And you have roughly 1 minute and 45 seconds to solve it now. At the end of which, if you are not able to solve it, I will help you solve it. और भाई अभी अभी ज्वाइन किया है तो प्लीज एक एक लाइक ठोक दो जल्दी से. Many of you are not answering. I hope you're able to solve and you're able to understand. अगर solution समझ में आ रहा है तो please write understood. If you're able to follow the solution. Okay, Parivi says D, none of these. अगर अभी तक के solution समझ में आए हैं तो just write understood. It will help me. And if you've come to MendYourMaths for the first time, welcome. Welcome to MendYourMaths. Welcome to Pathfinder. And you can subscribe to our channel if you want to view more such sessions. All right. So to solve this question, you need to remember that the profits are shared in the ratio of equivalent capitals. And what are equivalent capital? The money brought in by an individual multiplied by the amount by the number of months. So money multiplied by number of months for which the partner was in operation. So for example, A joined initially, so A is there for the full year. So we can say that A was there for 12 months. He started with 20,000. So his equivalent capital will be 12 multiplied by 20,000. What about B? For B, he brought in 30,000 rupees and he joined after 3 months. So he was there for 9 months. So his equivalent capital will be 30,000 into 9. And C, he joined after 3 more months after B. So that means 6 months later. So he was there only for 6 months. So his equivalent capital will be 6 into 50,000. So what is this? 12 twos are 24, followed by 4 zeros. 3 nines are 27, followed by 4 zeros. And this is 6 fives are 30, followed by 4 zeros. So what is the ratio in which you will share? This is 8. You can reduce this to 8 is to 9 as to 10. Yes. The correct answer here is 8 as to 9 as to 10. But remember, the key to solving this question is that you have to take the ratio of equivalent capitals, and equivalent capital is nothing but amount of money multiplied by the number of months for which the partner is in operation. I hope that's clear. If it's clear, just type in understood, clear, any one of these words, and I'll know while you can try solving this one. Time has already started. If you've just tuned in, please try to solve this question which appears on your screen, which is appearing on your screen. I will be solving it in approximately 1 minute. Okay, some of you have already started answering. Okay, quite a few of you have already obtained the answer. So some of you are not answering at all. I don't know for what reason. Please do not hesitate to answer. Max to max you will go wrong. और क्या होगा यार? आंसर करो वहां पे. आप आंसर करोगे तो मुझे समझ में आएगा कहां से शुरू करना है क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करना. चलो, let's solve this one. Rupees 180 contained in a box consists of 1 rupee, that is 100 paisa, 50 paisa, and 25 paisa coins. In ratio of 2:3:4, these are the ratio. This is the ratio, right? And you have a total of 180 rupees. Now, the first thing you need to identify is which ratio will you apply? Is it 2:3:4 for 180, or is it 100:50:25? So mind you, 150 and 25 are values of one coin, whereas 180 is the total sum. So you have to take the ratio of total sum in the form of 1 rupee coin as to total sum in the form of 50 paisa coins and total sum in the form of 25 paisa coins. So we have 200 as to 150 as to 100. So the ratio of amounts in the form of 1 rupee coin, 50 paisa coin, or 25 paisa coins is 200 as to 150 as to 100, which can further be reduced to 4 as to 3 as to 1. So 4 as to 3 as to 1. So this reflects the amount of money you have in the form of 1 rupee coin, in the form of 50 paisa coins, and in the form of 25 paisa coins. Now you are asked, how many 50 paisa coins are there? So what is the share of 50 paisa coins? The share of 50 paisa coins is 3 divided by 437 and 18 multiplied by 180. So how much do you get? 3 by 8 into 180 will give you 8 twos are 16, 8 twos are 16, and 8 fives are 40. So it should be basically, I think I've made a mistake somewhere. Have I made a calculation error? 2 is to 3 as to 4, so 200 as to 150 as to 100, 54, 53, 50. Oh, I have made a mistake here. So the ratio is 4 is to 3 as to 2. So what is the share of 50 paisa coins? So the share of 50 paisa coins is 3 by 9 multiplied by 180, and which is nothing but 60 rupees. So you have 60 rupees in the form of 1 rupee coins, which means you must have 120 coins in all. Yes, thank you, Paridhi. So I just made a mistake in calculation here, taking the ratio wrong. I have rectified it. 120 coins is the answer. The correct answer should be 120 coins. So there are 60 rupees in the form of 50 paisa coins, and there are 120 coins. 1 rupee will need 250 paisa coins. So 60 rupees will need 120 50 paisa coins. Let's go to the next question. This is an interesting question. Let's see how many of you solve it. I'll give you 2 minutes to solve it. In fact, 2.5 minutes. Your time starts now. Begin. Those of you who have just tuned in, please solve this question, which you can see on your screen. And in approximately 2 minutes, I will solve it for you if you're not able to solve it. This is an interesting question. Let's see how many of you can solve it. Subodh says B. Okay, let me solve this for you. Now, in order to solve this question, you have to recognize two things, that this is a question of work done also. So Chinese pumps are also doing the same amount of work as the Indian pumps. And we all know that work is always equal to rate multiplied by time. Work is always equal to this much, rate into time. Now, rate and efficiency is one and the same thing here. Now, there are 6 Chinese pumps and operational for 7 days. So, since each Chinese pump is operational for 7 days, therefore, we can say that the Chinese pumps are operational for 6 into 7, these many equivalent days, right? 6 into 7 equivalent days, the Chinese pumps, and multiplied by a rate of the Chinese pumps, RC. This is the work done, correct? Work done is always rate into time, rate of Chinese pumps multiplied by the time for which they have worked. Since 6 Chinese pumps have worked for 7 days, so I can say the time is 6 into 7, 42 Chinese pump days is the amount of time. And this work must be equal to the work done by Indian pumps. So rate of Indian pumps is, let's call it RI, multiplied by, so 2 similar Indian pumps can fill it in 18 days. So 2 multiplied by 18, correct? So these many equivalent days. So what is the ratio of Indian pumps efficiency to Chinese pump efficiency? So this must be 42 divided by 36, which is nothing but 7 upon 6. This is probably the easiest way to solve this question. So the correct answer here must be 7 as to 6. I hope you followed. If you understood, please write you've understood the solution. If you've not understood, give me a thumbs down so that I'll know that I need to slow down a bit. In the meantime, the others can try to solve this question. All right, your time starts now. So solve this question, which you can see on your screens, and I'll solve it in approximately 2 minutes from now. Okay. Anybody who solved the question by now? Anybody who solved the question by now? If you've just tuned in, just hang on. I will be solving this question in approximately half a minute. Okay, the question says the ratio of ages of Ranjan and Debu is 3:5. So Ranjan as to Debu is given as 3:5. So I can write that as 3:5, which means basically Ranjan's age can be called as 3x, Debu's age can be called as 5x. 10 years later, so 10 years later, Ranjan's age becomes 3x upon 10, 3x plus 10, and Debu's age becomes 5x plus 10. What is the ratio of their ages? 5:7. So 3x plus 10 upon 5x plus 10 must be equal to 5x 5 by 7. So if you solve this, such equation should be actually solved orally. 21x minus 25x. So you have 4x on the right hand side, and 70 minus 50 you have 5 on the left hand side. You have 5, so you have 20 on the left hand side. So what is the value of x? X is equal to 5. So you're asked what is Debu's current age? So Debu's current age is 5x. So 5x is equal to 5 into 5, that is 25. This is Debu's current age. 25. I hope you have understood this solution. Let us move to the next question. This is an interesting one. Let us see how many of you can solve this question. This question is interesting. I'll give you 2.5 minutes for this question. Yeah, try solving this one. Most of you are not keying in your answers actually. If you type in your answers, it will help me understand. This is a beautiful question actually. Some of you have started answering. Paridhi, I don't think that is the correct answer. Okay, if you've just tuned in, stay with me for 30 seconds. I will be solving this question in approximately 30 seconds. Please stay with me. Okay, some of you have said C. Okay, let's see this question. So Sachin, Lata, Rihanna, and Mia, right? They shared N tweets about on a current political imbroglio. Imbroglio is nothing but a uh, troubled situation, a quagmire or a problem. If the number of tweets shared by them are in the ratio of 1 by 2, as to 1 by 3, as to 1 by 5, as to 1 by 8. Correct? What is the minimum number of tweets? Now understand, for the tweets to be a minimum number, the number of tweets uh, has to be a multiple of 2, 3, 5, and 8. Correct? So if they're in the share ratio of half is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 5 is to 1 by 8, the minimum number of tweets must be in a multiple of 2, 3, 5, and 8. So what is the least common multiple of 2, 3, 5, and 8? So 8 fives are 40, 3s are 120. So your minimum number of tweets made by all of them together. No, we have to first of all find the LCM to get this ratio in order, because this ratio is not in correct order as of now. Right? I have to get a proper ratio. This ratio is in fractions. To get this fractional ratio into a proper ratio, I need to multiply all of them, all of these ratios, by a common multiple of 2, 3, 5, 8. So if I multiply 1 by 2 into 20, I'll get 60. If I multiply 1 by 3 by 120, I'll get 40. If I multiply 1 by 5 by 20, I'll get 24. And similarly, if I multiply 1 by 8, I'll get 15. So number of tweets are actually in the ratio of 60 as to 40 as to 24 as to 15. So whenever such ratio in fractions is given to you, learn and remember to convert them into a proper ratio. And now the minimum number of tweets is nothing but the sum of all of them. The sum of this is 100, 124, 139. So what is the minimum number of tweets here? 139. Why 139? Because unless the number of tweets is a multiple of 139, you will not get a whole number of tweets. Number of tweets has to be a whole number, and therefore it has to be a multiple of 139. But we are asked what is the minimum number of tweets, and therefore we will take the first multiple of 139, that is 139 itself. Have you understood the solution? If you understood the solution, just write understood or write clear. In the meantime, I'll give you the next question to solve. Yeah, your time has started for this question. So have you all understood your mistake, the mistake that you've made? And all of you should participate in this chat so that it helps me understand. मुझे फीडबैक मिलते रहना चाहिए मुझे. So if you've just tuned in, try to solve this question which you see on your screen. If you're unable to solve, I will solve it in approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds. And for all the joinees, this is not a basic class. No, this is not a basic class. This is a revision class. So I do assume that most of you have some know-how of ratio. So a basic class would be very different from this class. Okay. So let me help you solve this question. Rupees 960. Anybody who's got the answer? It says A and B in one line. Let's see. A, Arvind, Bikram, Chandan, and Dev, they shared 960 rupees. So obviously, the sum of monies obtained by them, Arvind plus Bikram plus Chandan. I'm sorry, there is something wrong with my equipment today, and plus Dev is equal to 960. This is the first thing that you need to understand. Then the next information given to you is Chandan and Dev get half the amount of A and B. So A and B basically is nothing but Arvind and Bikram. So Chandan and Dev must get half the amount of A and B. So half of A and B, correct? What else? Chandan gets one third the amount got by Bikram. So Chandan must be one third of Bikram. So B by 3. Chandan must be B upon 3. Correct? And what about Dev? Dev gets 5/3 as much as Chandan. So 5 by 3 times Chandan is obtained by Dev. Now, how do you go about solving this? So in these equations, wherever you have C and D, you can replace it by B, correct? So the first thing I'm going to do is uh, instead of C plus D, I can write half of A plus B, or instead of A plus B, I can write 2 times C plus D. In fact, that's what I'll do. So this equation transforms to 2 times C plus 2 times D plus C plus D is equal to 960, which means C plus D must be 960 divided by 3, that is 320. This is my first equation. And you have D is equal to 5 by 3C. If D is equal to 5 by 3C, I can write C plus 5 by 3C is equal to 320. So what do you get here? 8 by 3c is equal to 320 and c is equal to 120. If you solve this, you will get c is equal to 120. Once you get the value of c, you can easily get the value of d because d is equal to 5 by 3c. So d must be 200 rupees. Now, once you get the value of c, you also get the value of b. How much is b? B is c into 3c. C is equal to b by 3. So b must be 3 times c. That is 360. And now you can add up these amounts. 500 plus 120 is 620. And A's amount can be 960 minus 620 because I'm sorry, from the first equation you have b plus c plus d plus a is equal to 960. So 560 plus 120 gives you 680, and the balance amount is that of A. So how much is A? 960 minus 680. That must be 280, I guess. The correct answer will be 280. I hope I have not made a silly mistake anywhere. So 320, 680, yeah, 280. So the amount obtained by Arvind will be 280. Is the solution clear to all? I hope it is clear. And that should bring us, I think, to the last question of the day. Let's see how many of you are able to solve it. Once again, I will give you 2 minutes. All right, solve. If you've just tuned in, try to solve this question on your screen. If you're unable to solve it, I will solve it in approximately 2 minutes. If you're new to this session, if you've never been here, welcome to MendYourMath. Welcome to Pathfinder. You can subscribe to our channel if you like this session and if you want to view more such sessions. Happy Hours with CK. It's an interesting name. I think I know you, CK, from somewhere. So three mixtures of milk and water have milk and water in the ratio of 1:2, 2:3, and 3:4. If equal quantities of each of them is mixed in another container, what is the ratio of milk and water? Now, the best way to solve this is you have to take the total quantity in such a way that the total quantity is a multiple of 1 plus 2, 3, 2 plus 3, 5, and 3 plus 4, 7. Right? What is the LCM of 3, 5, and 7? LCM of 3, 5, and 7 happens to be 105. So, what are you required to do? You are required to take 105 liters of each type. So, first type has milk and water in the ratio of 1:2. And you take 105 liters of this. I'm afraid there is something wrong with my equipment today. So milk and water, milk will be 35 liters and water will be the rest, 70 liters. Right? Then 2:3 is the ratio of milk and water again, and we've taken 105 liters from here. So 2 by 5, 15 twos are 30 liters here, and sorry, not 30 liters, 15. So 42 liters and 63 liters here. And 3:4, again we take 105 liters. And what do you get? 45 liters of milk and 60 liters of water. Just add up these quantities. So 80, 110, and you get 122 liters of milk, 123 plus 70, 193 liters of water. So what is the ratio of milk and water? It is 122:193. So I hope I have been able to explain this to you. It was extremely difficult with a faulty digital pen. If you understood, just give me a thumbs up or give me a yes or understood. And CK, do let me know if I know you from somewhere. I think I know you from somewhere. You're Chandra, if I'm not wrong, right? So if you understood, please let me know, guys, so that I can take a close. I can close this session now. Okay, thank you. So that brings us to an end of today's session. Thank you all for joining in to this live session. We will continue these live sessions till the 20th of this month. Yeah, I guess so. So thanks for the confirmation. Okay. Okay, so thanks for joining this live with us. We will continue this live till the 20th of this month, barring Sundays. And anybody who is taking CMAT this year is welcome to join. Thanks a lot and good night.